Hey guys, welcome back to Etherius Entertainment. As always, I'm James, and today we're going to be checking out a new game that has caught my attention, Slay the Spire. So this game is still an early access game, but it's in a very good position where there's very little bugs that I know of, and I've been playing it for a few hours and it's really good. So I'll explain it as it kind of goes along. So the game has 3 different modes. I've only done the standard mode so far, but this is more of like a daily climb challenge to compete against other players to see who can go to the furthest. But the way the game works is you choose your starting character. Initially you can only start with this guy, but the more you play you can unlock further characters that will have sort of a unique playstyle to them. This guy's more of an aggressive build, just kind of more like the assassin, kind of defensive and kind of trying to whittle your enemies down with poison. And the last guy is sort of like a mage. He has abilities that allow him to channel orbs, which he can then use to either deal damage over time, buff himself, or he can unleash them to do a whole burst of damage or like a huge buff and things like that. But I'm going to stick with the Ironclad because he's the guy I know the most, and he's also just the most straightforward. So at the start here, this guy is not here on your very first playthrough, but for everything after your very first attempt, he'll always show up, and depending on how well or bad you did, he'll give you different options. So in my last run I beat the boss at the end of the first boss, so I get these options. But if you don't manage to even make it to the first boss, he gives you 2 different options. One is you can increase your maximum health for the entire game, or the other one is that the first 3 encounters you get only have 1 HP for every enemy, so you can just knock them down in one shot. So the way the game works is a card-based game, turn-based, but it's slightly different. It's a little hard to explain without showing you, so I'm going to choose... What am I going to choose? I'm going to go for a random common relic. Okay, that's really good. So at the start of each combat, I draw 2 additional cards, which is really handy. So this is what the map looks like. You have to make your way all the way up to here, which is the first boss. There's 3 stages, and I believe there's a 4th, which is mostly just a boss fight. But you have to choose your path of where you go. So the way this works is you choose where you start, and then you just, after each encounter, you make your way up the ladder. So these are the common enemies. This is a merchant where you can buy new cards, buy new relics, or remove cards from your inventory, which may seem counterproductive, but sometimes you want a smaller deck, or there are bad cards you can get which are forced into your deck, and you can get rid of those for a cost. These ones can be kind of anything. They can be good, bad, or just enemies. Or merchants. But as you go up, these guys are elites. They're a lot harder, as the name entails, elite, but you usually end up getting really good rewards, either rarer cards or sometimes even a relic. And relics, which are these things in the corner, each character starts with one of these. Each character starts with a different one. So this guy starts with, at the end of each combat, heal 6 HP, which is really nice, especially if you can avoid taking damage for the entire encounter. You can either, if you've taken damage previously, you can heal yourself back up, or it just guarantees that you can mitigate the damage you take along the way. And then the one I got just now is Bag of Preparation. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards, which is really nice. It just gives you more options to start with, you know. So I could draw a hand full of just defense cards, and I don't want to defend my first turn perhaps, so it's really nice to get more options. And then there's bonfires. Bonfires, you can either rest to heal a certain amount of health, or if you're already at full health, or you're confident that you don't need to heal, you can upgrade cards permanently. So you can increase like attack cards or ability cards. This is what the deck starts with. So you get 5 attacks, 4 defense, and 1 like heavy attack, which also makes the enemy vulnerable, which means they take more damage from attacks. The vulnerability doesn't stack per se, so it's not like I'm going to make you vulnerable twice. It just means that the vulnerability lasts for 2 turns. So if you were to upgrade a card, for example, I could upgrade Strike, and it would just be like, instead of doing 6 damage, it'll be 9 damage, or 5 block, it'll be 8 block, and that'll be forever. So every time I draw that card, it'll be stronger. Okay, so which route do I want to take? Let's see. I usually like to take at least 1 elite. This is the risky path, so let's do it. We'll take our chances. We'll go the risky path. Alright, so those are my 2 extra cards that I drew at the start. So the enemy, it always shows your enemy's intent, by the way. So he intends to hit me for 11 damage. So if I wish to mitigate that damage, I need to somehow muster enough block for that, which I can't do. So I'm going to try and block 5 to mitigate how much I take. And we'll hit him with the bash. So it does 2 damage and makes him vulnerable to further attacks. And that's all I can do. So another thing I should point out is that you have energy. Energy is the amount you can use per turn. obviously it's energy. And each card has a different energy cost. So these ones all cost 1, some cost 2, and very expensive cards cost 3. So now he intends to block and buff himself at the same time, which is great because it means I don't have to defend myself, so I can kind of go all out attack. In this situation I can't do any more damage, and I don't need to defend, but I may as well, because either way whatever you don't use goes to your discard pile, so it's never hurtful. And you can't carry energy over from turn, so I can't say keep 1 and then next turn get another 3 and be up to 4. It just doesn't stack. It'll only go to 3 unless a card gives you more. So I kind of wish I had more defense cards now though, but again I'll bash him to make him vulnerable. So here I only take 5 damage because I blocked 5. He can block 5 and he's going to buff again, so I'm going to try and whittle him down. Oh, and that's just enough to kill him. Perfect. So at the end of each round you'll display with rewards. You'll get like gold, sometimes potions, which are generally very good, and you always get a card. You don't have to take a card if you don't want to take them. Like if you want to keep your deck size small and guarantee that you're getting the cards you really want, you can just not take them. But at this stage of the game you might have one more card. So I'm going to take Headbutt, deal 9 damage, put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. That sounds really good. So we'll take that. Alright, Mystery Room. It could be anything, could be a fight, could be good, could be bad. As you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and a grinding of the metals. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. From the center of the creature, you see a glint of strange light, perhaps something magical. Looks like you can get some treasure if you just reach inside its opening. However, the acid and sharp objects may hurt. Okay, we'll take the risk. Okay. However, you're still convinced there's a relic. Take 4? Yes. Ooh, there we go. So, Frozen Egg. Whenever you add a power card into your deck, upgrade it. So that's really good. So whenever we get a rewards page and I can choose a card, if I take a power card, it automatically upgrades it forever. Which is really good. It cost me 7 health, but that's okay at this stage of the game. Later on stages, I would not risk that. You spot a loose brick within a pillar that catches your eye. Okay. You find a folded note and a card inside it. Reads, "The heart awaits." This is your handwriting. Receive Ironweave and store a card. Okay. We'll store 1 strike. What is going on? Interesting. I've never encountered that. So, a letter written by apparently myself told me to take this card. Alright, we'll go to the merchant. We'll take this route. So this is the merchant. What have you got for sale? So you obviously the gold you get between matches is what you use to buy things from him. It is used for literally no other purpose, so it is generally good to just buy things if you need to, because it's not like they're going to carry over between games, or you can't store them in any way, shape or form that I know of. So I'm definitely going to take Anger. Anger is a super strong card. Every time you play Anger, you get another Anger just for that combat. But it can start building up, and it's free to play, so it's just free damage and there's no downside to it. I think I might take Shockwave. So this applies 3 weak and vulnerable to all enemies. Exhaust is when you play it, it is no longer put into the discard pile. It's removed from the game entirely. Alright, so whenever I deal damage to these enemies, they'll curl up and immediately get 5 block. But this one's intending to attack, and this one is intending to buff. So let's see what we can do here. Let's attack and get block. We don't really want to play weak yet. So we'll defend and we'll strike to try and get rid of its armor. Okay. Not bad so far. Ideally, you just want to take no damage, obviously, especially with this guy, because it means that you can keep healing. Okay, so let's see, what are we going to do? Anger is free, so we'll use Anger, and at CAC I get an extra copy. It does go into this pile, but this pile gets shuffled back into your draw pile once this draw pile is empty. So next turn I'll draw 1 card, this will all get shuffled back in, and then I'll draw the remaining 4. And that's how the game works. You just keep cycling through your cards, unless you somehow exhaust all your cards, then I have no idea what would actually happen. But I just know that would be a thing. I'm gonna have to end up taking some damage, but I can kill this one. Oh, and I can do some damage to this one. So I'm gonna do. Also, so block goes away at the end of a turn. So this will go away at the end of my turn unless he breaks it anyway. But say if I built up 30 block, it would all be irrelevant unless I had a special ability called Blockade, which allows the block to remain over turns, which some very annoying enemies do have, and you can get, which can be very helpful in certain, let's say, boss fights and things. See here, I got 2 angers now, and because they're both 3, I can just use them straight away. He's dead. So we gained a little bit of health there, which is really good. Only being 10 health down is not a bad thing. Okay, choose a card. Let's see. Sever Soul is quite nice. Okay, so these are also depict the rarity of the cards. So the red border is just this guy's cards. Then there's grey cards which apply to everybody, and then there's green and blue which apply to the other 2 characters. So grey is common, blue is rare, I guess, or uncommon, and then there's like a gold which is the rare. And sometimes gold is really strong, but it can be very situational in some cases because they often have a cost to them. So it could be like gain an extra energy every single turn, but also gain a weakness every single turn or something like that, which if you intend to end the game quickly is good, but otherwise can be quite bad for you. So we'll take Thunderclap, deal 4 damage to all enemies and apply 1 vulnerable. That's good to start a turn off with. Okay, so he's just intending to buff, so we can just go all out attack on this turn. So that starts off the turn with this starts this combat quite well. He's already taken a whole bunch of damage. At the end of this turn, gains 3 attack. Okay, so that means if we don't end it fast, he'll just get stronger. So I don't think I can do enough to kill him, so we'll use Defend. Choose Thunderclap to make him vulnerable, and then we'll headbutt him. See, so now it says it deals 9 damage, but as soon as we highlight the enemy, well, if you work, it says it deals 13 damage now, and 13 damage is because it's now vulnerable to attacks. It takes 50% more, so that means it's really worthwhile to do that. And because I use headbutt, I get to bring a card back, so we'll bring back Thunderclap. So that goes at the top of my deck, so next turn I can use Thunderclap again. So I take 1 damage, because I blocked 5. See, now he's at 9 attack, so if I don't finish this off this turn, it's going to be pretty bad. So 6, 12. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, I can't quite, so I'm going to have to block. I'm going to take 4 damage, and then I'm going to use Thunderclap, Strike. Oh, never mind, I can't kill him. I did my math wrong. That's okay. Also, these are the potions I've gotten so far. Choose 1 of 3 random power cards. That can be anything, not just cards you have, and then you use it for free that turn. Gambler's Brew, you can discard any number of cards and get that many cards back. So choose a card, let's have a look. I'm going to take Flex. Flex is a really strong card. If you upgrade it, it gives you 4 strength for 1 turn, which means that a lot of your attacks can do vast amounts of damage very quickly. An amazing combination is if you get Flex, upgrade it, and an attack called Whirlwind, which has an X cost. If you stack them together, you can wipe out bosses in 1 to 2 turns. It's really ridiculous. They both intend to attack, so I'm going to defend. I'm going to use Thunderclap to hit them both and make them vulnerable, and use Anger on this one to try and whittle him down. And end my turn. So I'll take 2 damage from that, which is not too bad. Basically, as long as I don't take 6 damage in any combat, then I end up healing, or I'll just go back to 0. I'll heal. I'll have lost none, but heal none if I take 6 damage. So it's kind of like a good buffer zone to have this. There is an upgrade to this I got once called Black Blood, which heals 10 HP at the end of each combat, which is very, very good, because as long as you don't take 10 damage, you're always going to end up better off. Okay, I could... Yeah, I'm just going to finish this guy off. This guy's going to buff, so I didn't really need to worry about defending myself if I could just kill the one that was going to attack me. But with this, he's given himself 3 strength, so he's going to start hitting like a truck now. So, Flex. Ooh, Headbutt. Strike. And Anger. There we go. And that finished him off. See, Flex is really strong. It just gives you more damage for 1 turn. So as long as you go all out assault on that 1 turn, you can usually kill off most creatures really quickly. Okay, Clash is pretty strong, but if you have any cards that aren't an attack in your hand, you can't use it. So it's kind of It's kind of risky to have. Searing Blow is pretty strong. So Searing Blow is interesting. It's the only card I've seen so far that can be upgraded any number of times. So every card can be, say, it'd be Searing Blow Plus or Clash Plus. But this one can be upgraded any number of times. I'm not sure how that works yet because I've never taken it. But I'm going to take... I think I'm going to take Sword Boomerang. That sounds really good. Okay, so this is an elite fight now. I'm glad I have 79 health because this can always go very badly very quickly. Okay, so this guy is not too bad. I like this boss fight, or mini boss fight. Okay, so because it's the start, we'll flex. We'll use a headbutt to get flex back. We'll use Sword Boomerang, and we'll strike him, and we'll use anger. Okay, so now he's stunned. So that's a really good first turn, just doing a whole bunch of damage right off the bat. So ideally the faster you can enter combat, the better it goes, because a lot of enemies kind of tend to ramp up the longer it goes, so it's generally not great. This is not good, because I have no defense, so he's going to try and hit me for 18 damage. So I can use this to make it so he does less damage. I'll use Flex because it's free regardless, and I will use Thunderclap to make him more vulnerable. Okay, so he's gonna hit me for 13 damage, which is quite a lot, but again, I can heal 6, so as long as I don't take too many of those, it'll be fine. I could gain 5 block, deal 5 damage. Oh, sorry, deal 7 damage because he's vulnerable. Do I want to play more defensive, or do I want to play more assault? Let's defend. I don't want to take too much more damage from this guy. So there we go. I take no damage from that because I can block it all. What have we got? Strategic. This enemy intends to inflict a powerful negative effect on you. Okay, so that's not great. Sword Boomerang, strike, attack. Oh, cool. That's another anger into the deck. I can defend, but it really doesn't have any effect, so I'm just going to do it anyway, because there's no reason not to. But he's probably just going to give me some of these. Okay, so decreases block gained by cards by 1, and decreases attack damage by 1. Okay, that's not good, especially considering I have no block cards. Okay, so Flex. Iron Wave. Actually, this might be fine. I might kill him. Yes, indeed. Okay, that's good. That was a really good one. Okay, so these are the spoils you get from an elite. So this is really strong. Start each combat with 1 strength. That's really nice. So that's another artifact. That's what you get for beating elites. Gambler's Brew again. I don't tend to use Gambler's Brews. I probably should. Ooh, okay. So Bludgeon is very strong. This is one of those cards that costs 3. Deals 32 damage. At the end of your turn, lose 1 HP and do 7 damage to all enemies. Okay, I'm going to take Combust. Bludgeon is good, but it takes all of your abilities, like ability power, so that's kind of risky. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Happy Flower. Every 3 turns you gain an extra energy. Reminds me of Plants vs. Zombies. Maybe that's the reference. Okay, Slimes. Okay, I don't think I can... Can I kill that in 1 turn? 5, 7... Maybe? Let's do it anyway. I could do that. That would mean I take less damage. That's free, so I'll do that. Yeah, I can kill him, so let's do that. There we go. So he's going to buff himself, which will probably just give him that same buff he gave himself last time. Most enemies tend to do a similar strategy every time you fight them, so you can kind of learn their patterns, try to beat them. I'm not sure if they're set or if they're random, but they seem to be pretty similar every time. Okay, so we can do Headbutt, and we'll bring back Anger, because it's free to bring back, so we can do that more often. The more Angers you get, the more free attacks you get. So unless they have Thorns, which is that you take damage when you damage them, there's really no downside to using Anger all the time. I will defend, and we'll do that. Okay, So I'll take 1 damage, but that's okay. I might be able to finish him off next turn if I get enough attacks like that. Okay, not quite. I wish. Wait, is that the end of your turn? Okay, yeah, so I'll use the vent anyway, but I should kill him now. Lose 1 HP, kill him. Sweet. Coming in at the end with that. Oh, another flex is always good. You gotta flex on those haters. Okay, so let's see. One's trying to attack. I can block it. Let's take a defensive stance against that attack, and we'll headbutt him. And we'll just have to take a block back, and that's fine. So this is really strong. Just getting 1 strength every turn is actually really helpful. It just means that all my attacks are better. That's 25% less block from cards for 1 turn. That's not great, considering they're both trying to hit me and I don't have anything to block with. Flex is free. Sword. Boomerang. Iron Wave. I can't kill him, so mitigating damage is probably best. So I'm still going to end up taking 9 damage. But that's okay, that's how things go sometimes. Oh yep, so I get a free energy now, so not that I need it because nothing costs any energy. So we'll use Flex, because it's free, Combustion, we'll try to defend, but it shouldn't really matter. And Strike, okay, that finishes them off. Okay, so this is a high risk, kind of high reward kind of thing, Combust, because you're taking damage, but you're always dealing damage to everything, so it's, in this situation it's really good. But I wouldn't recommend using it at the start of every fight, because it could just lead to your death. Headbutt. Get back anger, and just thunderclap. Boom. Finish it off. Okay, so back to 71, that's good. Pommel Strike, deal 9 damage, draw 1 card. Can only be played if every card has an attack. Double your block. Let's go with Pommel Strike for now. Okay, so we hit a bonfire, so then I could rest here and heal, or I can upgrade a card. Let's upgrade a card. I'm feeling it. Let's go with Flex. Flex is really strong. Get 4 strength, lose 4 strength at the end of the turn. Okay. Because there is also another bonfire coming up, so we only have to get through 2 fights. Okay, 4 of you, and they're all attacking. Oh boy. For a 21 damage. There's no way I can stop 21 damage, so we'll start with that. And we'll just try and block as much as possible. So we end up taking 11 damage. Luckily there's a bonfire coming up soon. Okay, let's see. Wow, you guys still not. Finger is free, so get out the guy who's trying to hit me for that much. 6 damage. Yep, let's kill that one. Let's kill that one. There we go. Sweet. So I'll take no damage. That's actually perfect. I can just defend for free. So I'll take absolutely no damage. I will take my 1 here. Always forget about that 1 damage. Okay, so Flex plus Headbutt, you die. 16 gold, Swift Potion. Okay, so I don't really use these, so I'm going to discard that, take the Swift Potion instead. And we'll take Battle Trance, so you can just draw 3 cards. Basically at the top here there's always a bonfire, so it doesn't matter what route I take here. Flex. Anger, Strike. Iron Wave. Defend. Okay, so I'll take 1. So this guy is going to split once his health reaches 50%. And so those 2 grey cards that just went into my deck are cards that I could draw, which literally do nothing. I can use them to get rid of them, but otherwise they do nothing. Okay, so we just need to get him down 1 health, so I'm just going to strike him. And yep, I'll use Combust. So we'll use Headbutt, and we'll get Flex back. I don't need to defend because he won't be attacking me now. So he splits. Okay, 2 little ones, that's fine. Flex, strike, victory. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so this is a gold card. Gain 2 vulnerable at the start of your turn, though. Gain this. Pummel, deal 2 damage 4 times. Add 2 wounds into your hand, gain 15 block. Ooh, okay. So wounds are cards that you can't use. They're completely useless. But 15 block is quite nice. Gain 2 vulnerable is not too bad. Gain an extra energy every turn. So we'll take that. We'll go for that. We are playing more of a high risk this time. So I'll rest because we're about to fight the boss. I don't want to risk going in with not full health. And here we go. First boss. Mode shift. Alrighty, so 240 health. He has a lot of health. This enemy intends to block on its turn. Mode shift. After receiving 30 damage, changes to a defensive mode. Okay. Let's see what we can do then. So he intends to block anyway, so we'll use that to make him vulnerable. We'll use Boomerang, him 4 times. And we will just attack him. Sweet, so he's going to a defensive position. Again, so like this 20 block will just disappear. Sharp Hide. Whenever you play an attack, take 3 damage. Okay, yep, so he's trying to attack me. I will use this to see what we can get. That's pretty good. I could use Berserk now. I think I'll use Combust, Flex, Headbutt. I take 3 damage. I will take Flex back. And we'll bash him to make... Oh, yeah, we'll bash him to make him vulnerable. Okay. So he's gonna attack me for 9. Okay, so the thing to worry about, not to worry about in the boss fights is that no matter how low you go, once you beat the boss, it'll fully heal you. So you can go down to 2 health, and I wouldn't have to worry about the next few fights because I'd still be going up. Flex. Flex again. Anger. Pummel Strike. Shockwave. Okay, so I'll take 12 damage, or 13 with myself. Okay. Flex. Flex. Iron Wave. Give myself some block here. He's gonna hit me for 12, so I'll defend. I can use all these cards. Strike and Anger. Okay. Enter. So I'll take 3 damage in total. Oh, never mind. I did enough to make him react. I always forget about that. That's really that's handy. Okay, he's gonna try and attack me for 6. Let's headbutt him. Let's take back Flex. Sword Boomerang. And we'll try and mitigate that damage. Oh, I could have struck again. It always throws me off when I get 4 energy. I always forget about that. Okay, so it's gonna hit me 16. So let's get that out. See what we get. Flex is free. Flex again because it's free. Thunder attack 11 damage. Pummel Strike 16. That's free, and he's dead. Excellent. That was a really good fight actually. I'm pretty happy with that. Block, gain 12 block. That's real good. Well, I never use these, so we'll take block. These I always forget to use these. I should definitely use them more often. I probably will be using them more often in the next level. Okay, so offering, lose 6 HP, gain 2, draw 3 cards. Okay, that's pretty good. Brutality, innate. Start each combat with this in your hand. At the start of your turn, lose 1 HP and draw 1 card. Demon Form Plus. At the start of your turn, gain 3 strength. Wow, that's pretty good. Let's take Demon Form. So it costs 3 to use, but... Okay, here we go. Big chest. Choose a relic. Ectoplasm. Gain energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer gain gold. Okay. Sozu. Gain... Gain energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer obtain potions. Obtain 3 curses and get 3 relics. Let's get the 3 relics and 3 curses. So, unplayable, ethereal. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's not too bad. Those are okay curses. So I get start each combat with 3 thorns. Whenever you add an attack into it, oh, that's really good. Upgrade it. Every 6 turns, gain 1 intangible. Okay, that's also really good. So intangible means that it reduces all damage you take to 1. So it's really strong. So I've never made it past this tier's boss, and I'm not sure if I want to risk taking on the elites on my way. So I'm probably gonna take this route. Yeah, let's take this route. So we'll take this. We can get a merchant on our second go. We do have quite a lot of money. Ah, see, this guy has blockade, which means block is not removed at the start of its turn, which is really annoying. And also negates 3 debuffs. So, let's use demon form because it's free, and use vulnerable as well. So it's not really much point using those. Okay, I could try and get anger. Yeah, okay, so I'll flex, use anger, try and whittle that down, and enter. Okay, so yeah, 56 armor now. So he has very little health, he just has a lot of armor. So I'm getting a lot of strength, which is really good. So I can't use these. These are just the curse cards that I've recently picked up. They do nothing, they just take out my draw slots. Except for this one is going to deal 2 damage to me, which is kind of annoying, not too bad. Let's headbutt that guy, and let's bring back flex, and then I'll strike him for 10, and that's all I can do. So he's going to hit me for 12, which is pretty bad considering this is not even an elite, this is just the first enemy, but the game really ramps it up once you get to this point. Okay, definitely want to try and block as much of this as I can. Flex, flex, strike him for 22, Iron Wave, and into turn. So I'm going to take 11 damage, but that's okay because he should be dead next turn. Boom, dead. So that demon form is really strong. It's just stacking damage over and over again. Ooh, okay. I'm going to take Carnage Plus. It's ethereal, which means if you don't cast it, it gets removed from the game. But it deals a lot of damage for just 2 costs, so we'll take that. Hello merchant, what have you got for me? So I like to check the artifacts before I buy the cards. Although I might end up buying Juggernaut. Whenever you gain block, deal 7 damage to a random enemy. That's really strong. Tori, whenever you would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. Ooh, that's very good. At the start of each combat, heal 2 HP. That's very nice. Start each combat with 1 artifact. Removes a debuff. 340. I'm wondering, I could buy both of these, or I could get Juggernaut. Let's get the Blood Vial and the Clockwork Artifact. That looks good. So then I think that includes my own debuffs. So whenever I use something like Berserk, I can, you know, the debuff it gives me is reduced by 1 turn, so it's really good. You find yourself in an old decorated chamber. In the center of the room, a large skull sits atop an ornate pedestal. As you approach, the skull bursts into flames and turns to face you. Lich? What is it you seek? What is it you offer? In sync with its final words, the doors behind you slam shut. Oh, okay. Either way, I lose HP, so we'll get a colorless card. Okay, never mind. So I thought it was 1 choice, but I actually ended up taking 16 damage. So, not great. Shuffle your discard pile into your draw pile, draw 1 card. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, these guys are super annoying. So I'll take Berserk. Battle Trance. Defend. Defend. Thunderclash. What's in my other one of those? I'll use Deep Breath. And enter. So I will take 2 damage. These guys get really strong real fast. So these guys have Flight, receive 50% less attack damage, cancelled if dealt attack damage 3 times in 1 turn. Thorns are actually doing some work though, that's real good. Okay. Flex Plus, boost my strength. Do that. Gain 5 block, deal 5 damage. Let's see, gain back. Probably want to get Flex Plus back and then block. So I'll take no damage, and these 2 are nearly dead. Actually, he will die from hitting me. Okay, he did. Okay, so then that guy will buff. This is going really well. So Thorns are the way to deal with these guys. Demon form. Oh hell yeah. Let's see. I need to block some of this damage. That's a lot. Let's weaken them all so they do less. Defend. So that one will die. Yeah, let's use combust so they both die. Enter. So this one will just hit me and die. I'll take 4 damage, but he'll be dead. Victory. Get 6 health back. Speed push. Okay, let's get rid of the random power card. Oops. Please leave. 5 dexterity. Ooh, headbutt plus. Yep, let's do that. Headbutt plus. Okay, mystery room. Welcome. Okay, let's see. I can't afford any of these. I only have 24 gold. I can't really afford anything. It's nice to look though. What does this do? Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 10. That's nice. Whenever you would deal 4 or less unlocked damage, increase it to 5. Wow, that's really strong. Whenever you shuffle your discard pile, gain 6 block. Quite nice, quite nice. At the end of your turn, gain 4 block. There we go, there's Whirlwind. I wish I could afford it. Deal 8 damage to all enemies X times. So you can imagine if you had, 3, that's 24 damage to everything. Okay, so I can't afford anything, let's move on. So, another bonfire. I'm definitely going to rest here. Second floor scares me, because I've never beaten it. And so, I want to take the easier route. Okay, I could fight an elite. Actually, taking back what I said about not wanting to fight an elite. Gotta risk it for a biscuit. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? Let's drink this to mitigate our damage because we can't defend. And we'll use Flex Plus. Flex. We'll Deep Breath them back into my deck. Flex Plus again. Strength down. Okay, yeah. And then we can hit for a lot. Let's hit this guy at the back. I want to get him out of here. And we'll use Combust. So we'll end turn. So we'll take 2 damage, 3 damage from my own damage. And that's pretty good. One guy's already gone. Oh yeah, wound unplayable cards. Okay. So then trying to hit me from 19 now. It's Battle Trance, we need more things to work with. We'll defend twice. And we'll use Iron Wave on this guy. There we go. No use using Flex. Can't attack anymore anyway. This whole game is only to play with the mouse as well, so it's a real good casual game, so you can just kind of sit back and play it. And runs can go from anywhere from 10 minutes to almost an hour. I don't know if you can stop midway though. Let's have a look. Berserk. Gain 2 vulnerable. Oh, I don't know if I want to take that much damage. Okay, we'll block. We'll use Shockwave to make them do less damage. And we'll end the turn. I don't want to make myself vulnerable to attacks against these guys. Another wound. Nothing I can't deal with. Ooh, okay. Carnage is on the field. Strike. Let's use that. Let's headbutt that guy and bring back Flex Plus. Oh, if only I could do more. Yep. Ah, dang. I wish it was an attack card, we could have finished that guy. Okay, so I can't avoid taking the 5 damage. Oh, sorry, I can. I just deal myself damage instead. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 that turn. Okay, that's nice. I think Flex. Flex is the way to go. Just getting a lot of strength is going to mean that your basic attacks can do so much damage. 50 gold. Can I buy anything? Oh, I can. I could buy Rampage. What do we got here? At the start of your turn, gain 2 strength and all enemies gain 1 strength. Interesting. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Oh, that's pretty good. Upon pickup, gain 30 gold. You are 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. That's really nice. Deal 9 damage that costs nothing. Another flex. Weird flex, but okay. Let's... Do I want another flex though? How many flexes do I have? 2... 3. I have 2 flex pluses and a regular flex. Let's take a Rampage. So it's a damaging card that every time you use it, next time you use it, it's stronger and stronger. So we'll get the treasure. Boom, we get gold and a whetstone. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attacks. Nice, nice. We'll take the rest to get full health. And we'll move on. Another merchant. Look anyway, even though I probably can't afford anything. So 50% discount on all products. Wow, that's good. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Every time you play 3 attacks in 1 turn, gain 1 dexterity. If only I could afford any of these things. Okay, let's see. I could take a... I'm going to take the bonfire so I can upgrade more cards. Let's upgrade. What about anger? Anger could be good to upgrade. Headbutt. I could upgrade all my flexes. Let's upgrade anger. Anger is one of my favorite cards just because it costs 0. So now it'll do 8 damage and I can use it more. Okay, demon form off the bat, huh? That's pretty good. I think I'm going to do that. Flex, flex, thunderclap, into him. So he's gonna try and debuff me. Oh, okay, so he just gives me 2 days. That's not too bad. And this guy's just buffing himself to days, like he always does. Combust. Let's use that. Okay, so defend, defend, rampage, and end turn. So this guy's yeah, that's really good. 10 damage. Ooh, ouch. Oh, and frail for 5 turns. That's not nice. Why not? Deep breath. Can't use it. Okay. So I'm gonna take 14 damage. That's okay. This is pretty good though. So we use flex. We use headbutt, and he dies. 18 strength. Oh my god. I'm gonna take the Ghostly Armor Plus. So it's an ethereal card, so you kind of have to use it every time, but it gives you 13 armor, so it's never bad. Oh, especially against these kinds of people. These guys can attack 3 times in a turn. That's not what you want. So, flex, flex, anger, headbutt, give flex back, sword boomerang, combust, and I'll defend. Now that's some great synergy going on there. So he's gonna debuff me, but that doesn't really matter because he's probably gonna die. Yes. Yes, he is. That was a great round. Strength potion. Excellent. I love this card. Deal 12 damage. If this kills a non-minion enemy, raise your max HP by 4. Well, normally it's 3, but this is a plus. I'm going to definitely take it. Raising your max HP is never bad. If you raise it mid-combat as well, it also just gives you the hit points up as well. I'm going to heal. Because it's the boss. Okay, let's see. I have never seen this guy ever, so let's see what happens. The enemy's intentions are unknown. Okay. Well then. Flex. Flex. Headbutt. Get flex back. Strike. Strike. End him. Ah, minions. Of course. So flex. Rampage. Thunderclap. And no, I'm not going to use Berserk. Not when I'm about to take this much damage. Okay, let's see. Combust, I will use. Pommel Strike and Headbutt, so we'll use Pommel Strike. Strike is free, so we'll kill this guy off. And Headbutt. We'll bring back X plus. Okay, so he's gonna hit me for 18, that's okay. What's this? Okay, he's gonna try and debuff me, that's okay. Flex. Fine wave. Strike. We'll defend anyway. You are mine. Ooh, that's really bad. Okay, so defending's pretty useless, so I'm going to use flex, anger, carnage, and just defend because there's no need to not. So he's going to buff and defend himself. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, is he going to summon more people? That'd be super annoying. Battle Trance. Thunderclap. I will use Demon Form. Ah, that means I am going to lose that, which is very sad, but I need to anyway. So, summoning minions again. That's not good for me. Oh, good. I'm intangible for 1 turn. That's good. So now I only take 1 damage from all of their attacks. Thanks to this. Reduce all damage taking HP loss to 1. Okay. Let's see. I could defend and take no damage. Use the boomerang and use anger on the collector. I wonder if I can just kill this guy while in the combat, or do I have to kill these guys? I guess we'll find out. But he is definitely my #1 problem right now. Because of things like that. Oof, 28 damage. Let's just get rid of one of these guys. Come on, we can do it. Flex, 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 headbutt. We'll get back. Flex. Strike. Ah, yes. Excellent. That is my first clear of the second floor. Limit break. W your strength. Exhaust. Barricade plus. Block is not removed at the start of your turn. That is really good. I'm going to take that. Let's see the final thing. Ah, yes, the Black Blood. Curse key. Gain energy at the start of your turn. Whenever you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse. Ooh. You gain energy at the start of your turn. You cannot play more than 6 cards per turn. I'll take the Black Blood. And we're going to end this episode here. So if you like this game, it is out now on Steam. It's still in early access, but as you've seen, there's not really any bugs that I've encountered. And there's a lot of replayability. So every time you fail a run, you start the run fresh. Nothing, you don't carry anything over. But there is an experience system that allows you to unlock new items as you kind of level up a bar. So the further you get, the more experience you get, and there's I think about 6 unlocks per character to get, which unlocks new ability, unlocks new cards, new artifacts, and things like that to collect on each of your subsequent runs. Similar to how Binding of Isaac worked when you finished the endings. But yeah, it's really good. I can't wait to see if they add more. If they add more, this game's going to be great. I've already played it for about 8 hours, and it's just a very addictive game. So if you liked what you see, go and check it out. So this is the final act. I won't be doing it right now, but I am happy I got here. And until the next thing, I've been James, and I'll catch you later.